Hello, welcome to Paranormal Peeps with Louisa Winfield of the Other Dimension. How you doing?
Hello, I'm okay, thank you. And yourself?
I'm great, thanks. Thanks for stepping in. Richard was due to come on tonight, but we thought he might be a bit rushed to get on, so I've sort of put that back a couple of weeks, or, well, 2, 3 weeks. Just got to confirm with him a date, and then it's all good, isn't it? But great
Yeah,
to see you in
yeah.
Sheffield.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Been a while since we've been on an investigation together.
I know, isn't it? But I do like Haunted Exchange. I think they're great lads. You know what I mean? Like I used to go on Wednesday Paranormal ones,
Yeah,
Haunted Exchange. They just try different experiments,
yeah,
and
no, it's
it's a
good.
bit outside the norm. Because
Yeah, that's
some
what it's
like
about,
just
though,
do the
isn't it?
same old things all the time, don't they? And they're refreshing. Like
Yeah,
some of what Russ has done. Like the three-way Estes method, things like that. Hi Shane and hello. Well, good, thank you. But yeah, but they do all these different things, and then you've got the different people. Like you were there, you took a group. I was with Gary Fields all night. I'm
all right, all night.
answering. I'm answering. I'm answering Nigel. He's all right, as you're Rocky. But and it was a good night. It really was, and it was. I think in some ways for us it was quiet because we didn't get the equipment going off.
Yeah,
But with Gary Fields, a lot of it is like the mediumship side, isn't it?
yeah. I
So
mean, equipment only goes so far, and it's nice just to take a bit of a step back from it from time to time and just try and rely on your senses a little bit more.
yeah, that's what I like to do. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
try and do that, and you can get a lot just like listening out, can't you?
yeah,
And sometimes on other like nights, it can be ruined because you can't just sort of sit in the room and just see if anything's there.
yeah. It kind of depends on who else is in your group as well, I find, because obviously
Yeah,
you get some people that they just want the flashing lights, the noises, and everything going off. Other people are just quite happy just to sit and listen and feel.
yeah. It's certainly hard. Now sort of I do my own events now. It is difficult to try and cater for everybody in the group
Yeah.
because everybody has got the different like preferences,
Oh yeah.
and you've got the different levels of experience as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then you get the ones who don't even want to be there sometimes, which happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, they can be difficult to work with because they're
Oh
just
well,
if
Bill.
they're just in a mood anyway, then they're just gonna bring everything down.
Yeah, I know that's it. The ones who've been dragged along, and it's just like like nothing's going to happen, and no matter what you do as a host, oh, it is hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be, but you just got to try and do your best, and
Yeah,
the people
that's
that you can get
right.
the responses from, try and, encourage that more, and then maybe the skeptics or the people that don't really want to be there, even
The
though they paid
things.
money to be there,
Yeah,
they might actually start to enjoy themselves.
they
They just
might
need to
think, oh,
relax.
sod it, let's join in. We're here now.
Yeah.
You just hope that people sort of take that attitude because, it isn't cheap to sort of come out on these nights now, is it? But
No,
that's
no.
down to the locations and everything. Things,
Yeah.
and everything else, insurance, what they have to pay.
Well, it's like any business, they've got their overheads, haven't they, that they've got to cover.
Oh gosh, definitely. Yeah. But yeah. So I used to watch The Other Dimension and you did a lot of divination.
Yeah, I used to do it, I think, like every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We
it's a good
used
show
to
that was.
look at a different form of divination, looking back at the history of it, maybe do a bit of practical experiments as well, if possible. Yeah, see if anything happened, if any viewers saw anything. But it was mainly on the actual history and the development of like that particular form of divination. I find it
Yeah,
quite
but
interesting.
it was good because it was different and it's things that people don't either think to look at or have the time to look at. So
Yeah.
did you actually find a method which you decided to use moving forwards?
I've always been a fan of the pendulum.
Yeah.
So that's even before I started looking at that, and that's kind of stuck with me. But it's kind of because it's been a while ago now. It's like a couple of years ago. I kind of want to revisit it and just like look at them again and see where it takes me a bit further, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
just, I can't remember. It must have been about 20 odd, because I wrote a list of them all at one point, and I was just
Oh,
like,
bless
oh yeah,
you.
I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. And there's so many. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to remember them all now to recount. But
No,
they're
that
all
was good.
fascinating because it was different things from different parts of the world. They've got different origins. Yeah, and seeing how it's developed from its initial origin through to how it's used today on investigations. Yeah, it's just a whole different area of the paranormal that doesn't really get looked at because, like, people use pendulums, dowsing rods, spirit boards, but they'll only necessarily know what either they've done the research on themselves or what other people, if they're on paid events, will tell them.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that's not necessarily like, much of the history.
Yeah. But yeah, it was incredible. It does get you thinking more when you sort of see the options outside because like a lot of the events and actually sort of when I go out, you sort of tend to do the same things, don't you? You kind of settle into your own ways.
Yeah.
But there are so many methods of communication out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's good about being with the Haunted Exchange. You said about
Right.
the three-way S's, but with the Haunted Exchange, they do like to look at other forms, other experiments. They try and like push things a bit further, to do
Definitely.
things to
Yeah.
make it more exciting, make it different, and try different experiments to get different results if then they correlate between each other. People might think, oh, it's just, it's just guests doing this and doing that, but there's more meaning and reasoning behind things than people may realize.
Oh, that's right, because we went upstairs and it was top floor and basically it was the fire station. So we went to the Emergency Services Museum in Sheffield. So you got part of the building where the police were and just across like cobbled street, which in the end they put put a roof over it really and sort of incorporated it into the building. And then you got the fire side, the other side, and you kind of got people living on site and stuff. So like Gary was picking things up, and then Andy came up because Andy Moore, his spiritual drawing is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's incredible to see if Andy actually picked up on what Gary got. And he did pick up
Mm.
this lady, and we picked up a lady, and he got a rose. But the thing was about Gary Fields as well. Even before he gets to the venue, he is writing notes on a pad, and as he's doing his investigation, he waits for us to come through with things, and then he'll go, "Yeah, I wrote that," or he'll say,
Yeah.
"Give me a name," and you give him a name, and it's written on his pad. And oh god, I just love it. I love how he
Yeah.
works.
No, it's pretty good. Like the way he does write things down constantly, because a lot of
Yeah,
people they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm feeling this," but they won't make notes. And if you don't
that's
make
right.
notes, then you want to go back at the end of the night to just check stuff out between like other people and other groups. It's just like, "Oh, did I say that? Or did I not say that? Or was it that?" But there you got it like on paper. So
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
there. Yeah.
See, I've been like recording my private ones so that I have more information. Because yeah, like I go on an investigation, a private one or whatever, and I try and remember what happens, and then I'll do a write up. But like, I want to
Yeah.
keep this as evidence for next time I go, because some locations do go back more than once,
Yeah.
and it'd be nice if you can like build on the story. And there are some locations where I have built on the story. I've got this past life stuff going off at the moment, and it keeps appearing everywhere, and it's just so goddamn random, And I got caught out at that weird shop
Yeah.
and he turned up there as well. And it's just like, but it's Nottingham, isn't it?
Is he
So,
stalking you?
God, yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking. And it's quite unfortunate. Like, before, like, I thought I'd got rid of him for past life. And then I booked did three bookings in Nottingham, didn't I? Or like, oh, where he turns up, it's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
So if these things happen, one he turned up at and watched the proceedings, and we'll see. Oh yeah, you put your notebook, and I always lose my pen as
Oh,
well. So I did start off on this notebook thing. I take a notebook with me.
Yeah.
It stays downstairs in my case. It's just no hoping. Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
with you writing your experiences at investigations down, you're almost like, well, yeah, you are pretty much just creating records, creating like a book, you could even put it
That's
together
right.
as. And for people in like what, 10, 20, 50, 100 years time, if that document's still there and the building's still there,
Yeah,
it's just like a historical, goes on to like being a historical record of like, this is what someone's actually found there. And
yeah,
if they're still, doing these investigations in however far in the future, they might have yours there as like something to compare against as to what they find, which would be
yeah.
really
That's
interesting
it.
to see like some of these locations in like say 50 years time, if people are investigating them, will the same spirits still come through?
Yeah, that's a good one because I was at a Parafest and was a speaker there twice in Skegness for API, and I mentioned about my past life before I found out more. And I basically said there's this guy. We investigated his house and met him at investigations in two pubs and in the National Justice Museum. And then, I sort of went a bit into detail about him. And at the end of it, someone says, yeah, we know him. We've met him there as well. And, just to get that from somebody you've not even spoken to. And
Yeah,
that's why I sort of like to write it just in case somebody else has had that similar experience.
yeah,
And it's just, it backs up and validates a bit what you've got.
yeah,
Because
definitely. Makes you feel like, you're not just making it up in your own head.
this is the
Things
one.
like, because
Yeah.
that's a lot of people do, don't they? They kind of doubt themselves. They think, oh, am I getting this message through? Am I feeling this? Is this correct? Am I making it up? Is it just my senses just being, crazy? And then
Yeah.
someone actually
Right.
says, oh, yeah, I'm getting that as well. And it's just like, yay, I'm not crazy.
That's it. It is good. Like I did mention once, I went to Matlock Pavilion and I got a Ouija board open, and all of a sudden I got this glitter just floating on top of it. All beautiful colours just floating. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you look away because you think, yeah, right, okay. So
Yeah,
you look away, and that glitter is just there. So many beautiful colours, just glittering about, and it's just so stunning. And then you
yeah,
mention it, and then somebody watching goes, "Yeah, I had that as well." And it's like maybe it's the energy what you're seeing. You don't know.
yeah,
Hiya, hi AJ. But yeah, it's just like fascinating what you can get. But when somebody else gets it as well, and
mm,
I think like because I go out investigating, I might do a write up. People go, "Oh, you couldn't have seen that because you haven't got it on film." And that didn't happen. You can't prove it.
yeah.
Well, I'm not bothered about proving it.
Yeah, you're writing down your experience
Yeah, that's
it's
right. I'm
not for
not
somebody
saying
else to
I'm
say
not
what
saying
you
you
can
don't
and
have to
cannot
believe
experience.
it. You
Yeah,
know, it's what it is, isn't it?
yeah,
Like I go out, I'm getting this, and off. I've got people around me who sort of were there, who witnessed things. Like, and as for my like past life saga, my God, there's quite a few witness like bits of that. Like eh, Amanda as well. Like I was at Nooster Abbey, funny face on that one. I was at Nooster Abbey and we were just leaving, and Barry was at the back. He was locking up Nooster Abbey after we'd done an event there.
yeah.
I walked out. Amanda was just behind me. I heard my name, Jackie. I turned back, and without saying anything, Amanda says, "I've just heard someone call your name." And like to just get that, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
It's good. Yeah.
but no, I haven't got footage of it. But it's what it is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Do you take footage of your everyday life, walking to the shops in case something
Yeah,
random happens? No, you don't. You're just there living as normal, and then you see something happen, and it's
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah. And I don't know. I think a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, you haven't got any evidence, you can't prove it." But I'm not trying to prove it to anyone,
no,
and I'm not like that. Just because a lot of the footage out there on YouTube's a bit dodgy anyway, isn't it?
Mm.
To be fair.
Yeah. That's kind of like the sad thing though about, the paranormal is that people will try and put you down and say, no, you're not actually seeing that. No, it's not happened. You're not correct. It's like, who are you to judge?
That's
Why?
right. Yeah. Like there's some things which can be scientifically proven. We know that. Like you've got
Yeah.
photography and orbs, we can sort of say, oh yeah, it's photography and this is how it works and it's been proven, but you don't 100% know that it is 100% dust, moisture, whatever.
Yeah.
Highly probably is, but you never know because I did get a photo once when it was down at the salutation. It's quite amazing because hi Lorraine, everyone has different experiences, and that's it. Lorraine was at the salutation, but not that time. It's quite dry in there, and I took 3 photos,
Mm.
and it was a guest one night of the guests who were there. So the first photo in a cave, so there might be a bit of dust about. I'd use my
Yeah.
flash. I'd use my flash all night. The second one again, nothing. Third one, someone says, "Oh, Spirit, will you step into the photo?" And there was a great big massive orb. And it's like,
Mm.
well, by all accounts, you've got your flash on. There might be dust around, but then all night there hadn't been any
Yeah.
issues with dust in the photo because
Is that
a lot of the cameras now they don't do the dust thing, do they?
No, it's like the fact that you've been consistent the whole night. Like you say, you've had your flash on, you've been taking photos, you've been taking them in sequence. Nothing has changed beyond those parameters, really, of your phone usage. And yeah, then suddenly you've got one. Therefore, surely that one is a true anomaly.
Yeah, that's right. But automatically, oh no, you got your lash on. It's not. But
Yeah, but if
it,
that was the case, it would show on all the other photos.
well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not damp in there. It's just dusty, But oh wow, this one. So me and Amanda were in some tunnels somewhere, and we just got there and we're just standing. We're just about to start and everything. I just turned my head and there's a black thing right there. A black. It was quite solid.
Yeah.
I just. Uh, so I looked forward and I saw a light and I thought, oh, it's a shadow from the light. So you look back, there's a shadow on the wall. I thought,
Hmm.
yeah, that's all right. That's fine. I didn't see what I saw. Amanda actually saw him as well. So she saw him arrive. So she was looking my direction and she saw this great big solid mass right there. And I just went straight into denial mode because I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, I think your head tries to make it easier, really. So it doesn't try
Yeah,
to
rather
scare the
than
hell out of
actually,
you.
you want to
Yeah,
kind of freak out a little bit because there actually might have
yeah,
been something there that you didn't know was there and it's just creeped up on you.
yeah. So it wasn't the fact I weren't going to say anything; it's because I've written it off. It's just been my imagination. But God, yeah, to get something in your face that close, it was a bit perturbing. I've had that once before, actually, at the village.
Yeah,
Did you ever go to the village?
didn't ever get there now.
Oh, it's a shame. But there's little section where they've got these little aliens everywhere, and it was airsoft. They've got
Oh
these
yeah.
like bits where people are hiding and stuff, and I was just standing there. All of a sudden, I got this dark shadow appear right next door to me. I screamed, and then it's like I scared it, and it legged it, and it set off a REM pod. So yeah, I think I scared him. I think I scared
Yeah.
one.
Well, who's to say they
That's
can't be
awesome.
scared? They might
Well,
just be
that's
like
right.
wandering around and just suddenly they come face to face with you and they didn't expect you and then you scream and they scream and you both run off
Scream.
different directions.
Yeah, that's right. So,
It can
you
happen.
know, it's incredible. So, Lorraine as well, great picture at Woodchester, massive orb. Just after I asked, will you show yourself? Yeah. And, oh, wow, EVP as well. But there you go. Like, people are going, no. But
Yeah.
actually, you just don't know. And Shane, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's right in my face and it was solid. And I still haven't really seen an apparition, have I? It's just sort of. I've seen a
You
black mask
scared of
going of.
ghosts?
I'm not. No, I usually switch. I switch off the scared thing off. To be fair, when I had the clown chasing me at Haunted Antique, so there's a little. Well, there's a life-size model of a clown, and it sits on a seat in the dolls' room. Well, I went in there doing a live TikTok. Bloody Barry Frankish had put it on, hadn't he?
Oh
So then I
no.
walked into a room on the TikTok. It's on there,
Oh.
and he just came charging at me. My language is wonderful.
Yeah, that's enough for nightmares, isn't it?
I know, like you always look at the damn thing, and yeah, I'm going to be there on Friday actually, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to go back, and straight away you kind of wonder, oh baby,
Oh.
uh,
Oh.
he's got a
You
cone
see
on
his
his head.
cone.
Oh, it's not.
Oh.
He's got an eye ulcer in it. He's not
Yeah.
opening his eye very well today. Put your
Oh.
cone down on the floor. I don't have to put a cone on him, but I need to really because I'm scared of him scratching it. Go
Yeah.
lie down. We don't want to see your cone, love. But yeah, Oh, I don't know. Dogs, just a nightmare, aren't they? They really
Yeah.
are. You've got yours there.
One of mine sat next to me here. He's licking his little toe
Oh yeah.
beans. Toe beans. Usually it's his
Whatever.
other part, but no, it's
All
actually on
right.
his foot. He's on his foot at the moment.
Oh, he's trying to
Little.
make it look. Look sorry for him.
Oh.
Oh, bless him.
Oh.
Go lie down. Yeah, I might take it off, but I just don't want him scratching his face.
No,
It's really
no,
worrying
doing
me.
more
But
damage.
no, he had it, and he had it a year ago, and his other eye, and he's done it to the other eye now. And
Oh.
I can't go through it again. Let alone him, and you just can't do anything to help them, can you? And he won't
No,
let me put eye drops in his eyes either, so that's not
I
helping.
don't understand that you're trying to help him.
Oh, I know, but oh god, it's hard work. But it's a bit, I don't know. It just needs to get better, doesn't it? And that's it. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. But yeah. So, where have you been, which has been really incredible as a location then?
Oh, where did I go last week? Um, somewhere in St John's House in Warwick. That was
Oh,
that was
nice.
that was pretty active last week. Yeah.
It looks good. It's just slightly out of my area. I can only manage an hour drive, so it's a bit further than that.
Yeah, that
Just a
one
shame.
with the traffic being right. So like coming home at night, it was like an hour
Yeah.
and 20.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's just over an hour for me
But
then.
yeah, because I'm just a
Yeah.
bit further up the M1, so
Yeah. Because
if
I
you don't get
know.
stuck in traffic, you're all right.
Yeah, I know. Warwick was a bit too far out. That's just over an hour, and St
Yeah.
John's is near Warwick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Near the
kind of
castle.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was really good there. If you can get there, I would say go.
Oh, so what sort of stuff were you getting?
Um, there was some of the standard stuff where you just
Yeah.
got, footsteps, tapping,
Awesome. Yeah,
um,
you say standard
shadows.
stuff. You say, oh, standard stuff, but my God,
Standard,
it's brilliant, isn't it? But we're so used to this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you get somebody on the first investigation, you get one and like, wow, and
Well,
like, oh, it's just
that was
like,
it.
oh yeah, just
My group, that I was with, half of them were newbies, which
oh,
was
bless
really
her.
nice because they had like just pure enthusiasm and they were just
Yeah,
so interested in everything and they were taking part and they were asking questions and
brilliant.
that's what you want. It was really good group. So yeah, so we
Oh,
started off
that
with
certainly
the
makes
simple
it.
things, kind of like just the little noises, just as they were getting used to it. And
Yeah,
yeah, and then as the night progressed, so did the activity.
yeah, that's incredible, and I'm glad. Like when they get things like the footsteps and stuff, you
Yeah,
can't take it away. Like a K2 flashing, they might not understand what it is or why it is, or
yeah, because
they
there's so
might
many
find a
variables.
reason. Yeah, but
Yeah,
if you've got the footstep, then
Yeah.
You can't deny it, can you?
And so I just because we then split into two because we were on the middle floor, and it's quite a large area. So half of them went with another team member down to some other rooms. We stayed in this one, and because I wanted to like I wanted and they wanted to sort of get used to their senses in the area rather than we
Oh,
put some balls down as well, just in case anything happened to come through, wanted to knock it or anything. So we just kind of sat down and I just said, right, how are we going to try and like see the spirits? Now this is what I do. If you want to try it, you can see if it works for
wow.
you. So we just sat on the floor, we just calmed our breathing, just did the like staring off, like into the distance
Yeah,
kind of thing. So you're not really focused on anything. And then they started to see sort of shadows moving out the corner of their eye. And it's just like simple things like that people
wow.
don't, when they're concentrating on flashings and beeps and everything, that you forget, you
Yeah,
can just do stuff yourself quite simply to try and heighten your senses.
that's right. And a lot of people now are getting the spirit talker app out, aren't they?
Hmm.
So how many like you're starting to investigate and all of a sudden the spirit talker app comes out and you've got
Just
all these
whip out the
random
phones.
words and like and it, it kind of it takes the focus away a bit, doesn't it?
If you,
From
yeah,
from you might get somebody doing the footsteps, but everyone's looking at their phones or what
yeah,
word is that? And they're reading it because you can't always tell what it says either.
no, and then they're trying to see if it makes sense to what's been said, or trying to like pull a question then to ask from that, and you're
Yeah,
too busy focusing on the phone or on the app that you're forgetting what's actually happening around you. Now,
yeah, that's
there is
it.
like
And
a time and a place for the apps, nothing
yeah,
wrong with trying them,
yeah, I've
but
used them, but you just
the
yeah,
brain can only focus so much if you're focusing on something like that, and because it's bright as well.
oh
Like,
gosh,
it's
yeah,
lit
that's
up, so
right.
your eyes are looking at that, and you don't
You're
really see stuff
missing
around. Yeah.
what else is around, isn't it? Like you sort of do try and like you turn your phones off and like, but then oh look, yeah. But yeah, I've used it. If if it's quiet, sometimes I put it on just to because people want something to happen. If you
Yeah.
do get, I question every single word what comes out. I'm not going to take that. Some
No.
some dodgy stuff comes out, and you go, "Oh wow, there's a demon here." No bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
there, isn't it? Some of the stuff I died here. Yeah, okay, whatever. And it's just hey, look who we have. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hiya.
So I've met Jim now, and
You've
oh
met
wow,
officially.
finally, finally. But yeah, it's so great to meet you. It really was. I'd love to work with you sometime. It'd be great. So we'll see if we could catch up sometime. But yeah, Carl is he's doing a different style of Ouija board,
Right.
and it's so that he's got a way to try and stop people from pushing it. So he's just working on that, which is interesting because
Yeah.
it's another thing, isn't it? You see so many people, whether they mean to or not, but it
Yeah.
happens, doesn't it? Yeah, and it's there.
Yeah. Be
I
interesting to see how that
would say,
works because, like, obviously, like, the whole point of touching it is to put your energy into it. So, is it
yeah,
got a different way of transferring the energy from the peoples to the board? Or I'm interested. I want to know
yeah.
how that works. I'm curious now.
I'm
I want
interested,
to
and
know.
yeah, and Carl wants to try it out at Derby Jail as well. So I'm really kind of intrigued as to how he'll do
Yeah.
it.
That's
So
what we need.
yeah,
We need more developments like this. This is what it's on about with, like, when I do the divination stuff, we look at the history, how it's used, but he's taking it on to the next step of like how can it be modified further?
that's right. And you use an idea because,
Yeah,
like, I like what Andy Guy does. Like, he goes out, he investigates, and then he thought, right, let's devise something which sort of goes red if the temperature goes up, goes blue if it goes down.
yeah,
Sudden temperature change. There you go. It does it.
yeah,
You've got a device which, if there's a movement on the floor, a footstep, it will make a colour. If there's more than one, it's a different colour. Things like that, and
yeah,
it isn't set off by EMF either. So I'm
Yeah.
getting to like his things, but I think my dad actually likes it as well. So unfortunately, it goes off a lot. Sorry, Dad. It
Oh.
goes off a lot more than it should. And then when the batteries ran out of that one, another one was going off quite a lot. It's like because I actually spoke to Andy Guy on a podcast, and I got him set behind me because one of them it just keeps going off, and I sort of said, "Well, why is it doing it? Is it faulty?" He couldn't work it out because he'd got his as well with him, and it just wasn't going off. They're all designed the same way, so
Yeah.
why mine is a wee bit more active than most of them, I don't know. So a lot of the time I just turn the bugger off because it's just happening too much.
Too much activity, go away. Don't want to
Yeah,
listen
I
to you.
know. I'm shocking, isn't it? Like, if you don't stop it, I'm going to turn it off. But isn't that
Yeah.
what you've asked them to do? So I don't, I don't know why that one goes off more than. I
Ask
think
the
it's.
spirits. Are they concentrating more on one thing because they like that one more than the other, so they're putting their energy there? Do they really, really like it?
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like I think when I did this thing, well, this is a bit random. Is that I went to Cromford Mills, and it's never been investigated. And I just put it down on the floor, and it's interacting already. But no, this doesn't work that quick. Because usually, like, you go to a new location, they're like, that, that coach is
Yeah.
not comfortable. It kind of it doesn't work that quickly, but oh gosh, but it is fascinating what we do, though, isn't it?
Yeah. There's so many avenues to go down as well. But it's just
Yeah,
kind of like never-ending like directions, to be fair.
yeah, exactly. And different people's heads work in different ways.
Oh yeah.
Like Barry Frankish, he's sort of got his he's got his old school things he tries to design, and he's got his ways, and that's good, And everybody has got their own way of like contributing to the
Yeah.
paranormal, haven't they?
Yeah, and this is
And
what we need. We need more people like this to create, everyone to support each other in their endeavors to create these things rather than people
yeah,
attacking each other like you're always no good, I'm picking faults with
yeah,
it. That's not constructive. If you've got
that's
something to
right.
say, be constructive in your criticism, help each other, you know,
That's it.
stop being against each other.
Yeah. What? Why? And like people do this as a hobby as well.
Yeah,
And like
just be
my God,
enjoyable.
don't be so goddamn serious with each other. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you're doing that wrong. Well, who told you how you should do it?
yeah. I only say that if you've got some input that will actually be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you died and come back, and do you know we're doing it wrong? You
Right, let's
know.
put it to the test, shall we?
Yeah,
If
that's
you're
it.
that set against it being wrong, we'll do a thorough
Yeah.
test.
But yeah, it's just strange, isn't it? How the world is, and yeah, just yeah, sure you don't get on with everyone, just like just go your own way and just ignore it.
Yeah,
That's it, isn't it?
if they're not
Think,
harming you, leave them alone.
well, yeah, that's it. Because things are tough enough. Like,
Yeah.
like people go, "Oh, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish." But have you tried it? Do you know how it works?
Hmm.
If you tried it, what you done? Just got it out and put it back.
Yeah.
If if you spent time trying to like, what could I say? I could say EVPs are rubbish 'cause they don't work with me. I've been out with people who get some great EVPs. I've heard them, but
Yeah.
me, I just put it there, nothing happens. And
Yeah. I can count on one hand how many, like, EVPs have actually got that have actually got something on it. And, yeah, it's just one of those
yeah,
things. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. I think there's so many different factors. Are you in the right place? Are the spirits
yeah,
cooperating? Is your recording device able to pick up the frequency that they're using?
yeah.
There's so
And
many
I
things.
think
And
it's,
just to
I
get the
think it's,
small one.
and I
But
think it's down to your energy as well. I think what, oh God, I don't know if it's like your spirit guide or your family or whoever's around you. I wonder if that sort of dictates what piece of kit works with you.
yeah,
So I get the flashy things work with me. It used to be cat balls, but now it's gone on to that other thing. But things like EVPs, I got one at Derby Jail, That was on
Yeah.
my phone. And I got one at Haunted Antiques, and it's a little box, which it's a red wax covered box, and it came, let me out.
Yeah.
And it was on footage at the time, but things happen. The footage never got released. But that was incredible. But I deleted
Yeah.
it. And I lost my voice recorder, something like that. But yeah, and other people they just do get all these EVPs, and wow, wonderful. And
Yeah.
it's just the way it is. What works for you then more?
Um, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't go back pendulum. I don't have
Yeah,
any issues with that. That's just a thing that I think it's the first thing that I actually sort of properly used, first thing that I had a proper connection with, and so
yeah,
I'm going into that with positivity. And
that's right.
we know that crystals hold energy and the frequencies and all this that, and there's the whole scientific thing to do with quartz, but I like them.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
something
right,
that I
isn't
can
it?
work with, that I feel comfortable and happy with.
And
Um,
that's what it should be about as well, isn't it?
yeah, it's like everyone's got their own preference, whether it be like, the more traditional things or the more modern piece of technology. Doesn't matter. You're out there, you're doing something, you're trying to get the experience and get any evidence.
Yeah, I'm not sort of questioning if there's life after death. I know, like, I communicate with something, God knows what, but and then when you get facts which can be backed up by history as well, you're there, aren't you? But
Yeah.
but I did kind of like. There's a time when I kept communicating with spirit, and I kept getting what they were wearing and stuff, and one got really annoyed with me, going, "Oh, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know that because I think I've seen too much." It was one with Claire Evans actually, yeah, and I was just
Yeah.
seeing like, and he was really annoyed at me because I think I was like divulging some of his secrets, which were a bit more than the spirit expected, but that changed because I think my mediumship keeps changing
Yeah.
as to what I can do and what I just don't know what goes on with it. To be
I
fair,
suppose like it depends on like your energy, how you're feeling, the spirits, their
yeah,
energy, the energy of the location. It'll all have factors as to like what comes through and how, I
yeah,
suppose. It's one of those those fields that's a bit wavy.
yeah,
Yeah.
wavy. That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could pick up more years ago than I can now. I just don't know why. And I think that then you kind of get more frustrated, don't you? You're more
Yeah.
like wanting something and like, come on, come on. It's like
You're
because
trying
of
it, you're
that, you're
putting a
probably
block on
blocking it.
yourself.
Yeah, probably. But I did pick up some stuff, so I was happy. But yeah, and yeah, but we just go out. It's fun. It's something to do on a night. And it wasn't cold in Sheffield either, was it, for a change?
Well, it's a little cool in some areas, but not too bad.
Right, it's
Not
not.
too
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as sometimes. I think I
yeah.
even had my jacket off at one stage because it was warm. It's like wow. But yeah.
I remember that one year it was winter and it was sort of like we're outside at a location and it
Mm,
was on top of a hill, so it was windy
it
and there was
was.
sleet in the air and I was just not in the mood for it. I had my hat on, my scarf on, my coat on, and I was still freezing. I didn't want to hold anything in my hands because my fingers were going numb, and it's just like this isn't working for me. I want to go home.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah.
so Lorraine's a great medium. So I did development with Lorraine. Christ, it's about 5, 6 years. I don't know. But yeah, she used to do lessons. 2019, it would have been.
Oh, fly.
I got
There's a fly flew into my face.
yeah. Guess there
Where did
aren't
that
any
come from?
hardly, are there? That's weird.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's just spirit will change what you work with to strengthen your clairs, and yeah, at the moment I'm getting pains. Um,
Oh,
it's like I was being. Oh, got a question here.
oh
Um,
God.
yeah, I was like, I picked up like a throat cancer condition the other night at the emergency services. My voice went, and I was like just
Yeah.
croaking, and it's like, yeah, and another girl had picked that up as well, so I was dead chuffed about that. So there you go then.
There we
Where's your
go.
favourite location to investigate? Cheers, Jim.
Um, For a big one, it's the Galleries of Justice. I do like it there. I've only been there
Yeah.
once. I would like to go there again.
I'm
That
going
was
there
pretty,
soon.
that was pretty good. I got completely, I don't know, my brain just would not keep the layout in my head. I just kept feeling like dizzy and lost and wandering around.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, I really like that. But then I also want to go back to the Red Gutter with Jim because
Yay.
that's a really good location actually,
Oh,
and we had a lot of
wow.
fun there last time.
Oh, brilliant. So there you go. Yeah, I'd love to meet up with Jim. So if I can sometime, that'd be wonderful.
Group
But
outing, yay!
yay, yay. That's it. Jim, you up for that? But yeah, I'm definitely up for sort of getting out and about. I do like meeting different people. Like I was recently with Lorraine. I booked sort of salutation in Nottingham, and Lorraine joined me and her family, and that was an incredible night. And Shane, I sort of worked with on my events and various events and things, and at Newstead. So
Yeah,
yeah, you just kind of meet different people along the way, don't you? And it's wonderful. I love
yeah.
it.
No, it's nice because it has got a social aspect to it. Yeah, you can
Oh,
go and do it by
definitely.
yourself, but it's like everything's better with friends. Go out, enjoy
Yeah, that's
yourself.
right.
You got
Yeah.
something to talk about with, like-minded people.
That's it, because I went, like, I was on my own and I went to Sheffield. And you get there, like, and there's a room and there weren't many tables, but I walked in, I didn't know anyone, and, like, went
Yeah,
into the kitchen. It's like, I just felt awkward. I think it's because like, you're in a room and then you walk down steps into a room and, like, you just feel everyone's looking at you. It's like,
yeah,
oh.
the grand entrance.
Yeah, I didn't, I thought, oh God. And I couldn't quickly see a seat, so I thought, right, okay, let's go and hide. Because I just
Yeah.
felt like awkward. But yeah. But like once you settle down into your groups and stuff and you get talking to
Oh
people, it's
yeah,
there, isn't it? And
yeah.
you're just all working together. Hi Cheryl. Right, I'm out on Cheryl's first event soon. So they're at Strelly Hall on Saturday. So
No,
SPS. So that's an awesome location, isn't it?
yeah, I do like it there as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I do like
It's good.
Strelly, and
Yeah,
oh, it's not far and I won't have to get stuck in Sheffield traffic. Yay.
bonus.
Yeah, I don't like driving around Sheffield, I've decided.
I don't like driving around cities. If I can avoid it, I will.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's because I've done Sheffield twice now in like
Yeah,
just over 6 weeks, I think. And oh God. Yeah, it's just something about the A61, I think.
yeah.
You just end up on it and just going round in circles on it, to be fair. But yeah,
Oh, there was someone who ended up on nearly going on the tram lines, didn't they?
I won't be surprised.
Which I can understand because, like, when you're in Nottingham as well, you've got the tram lines there as well. It's just
Yeah.
like it's terrifying.
Yeah, like I used to get the tram a number of times, like people who were on the tram tracks, and like
Yeah,
they hadn't just gone onto the tram tracks; they'd gone
they
along them,
continued down.
and
Yeah, I've seen
like
photos.
they tried to get out. Yeah, I had a couple which made the papers straight away because I was the unfortunate person on the damn tram behind the damn car. It's like
Oh,
they're like, surely you could have gone on it after my tram had gone by, but no,
yeah.
I just. And there you go, like you're gonna walk over the tram tracks to get right up to Queen's Drive, and then like, oh look, smile. Oops, yeah, I was the person who took the photo. Oops, but yeah, it's like we just drive further just to try and get off, but just get wedged even more. It doesn't work. But yeah, Cheryl, yeah, I am looking forward to it. Shit, here's
Oh no.
one. What thing to admit. Oh my god. Oops. Easy done though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the meadows and like I wanted to go left. I didn't have a clue if I could or couldn't because there's a tram stop there, and you think, well, I don't, and like
Oh no.
you just
No, between the tram lines and the bus lanes. It's like,
sounds quite common then. Oh dear, it is a problem then. So yeah, yeah, so someone found the tram tracks in Sheffield then,
Yeah.
and the Nottingham ones are quite easy to find as well. But yeah,
It's
but the
why
thing
I don't
is,
do city driving.
yeah, especially now Nottingham, they've just changed it all around.
Yeah.
They've just they've just shut the main road we used to use, and like you're just gonna go.
No.
Even if you lived in Nottingham, you still don't even know how to get around it anymore because you can't get in one way of it anymore. You used to go
Oh,
into it and then drive through it and end up the other side, but now you've got to get
yeah.
right around the bottom and in, and like, oh.
Yeah.
So tram lines are a good thing then, are they?
You're just trying to build up
Yeah.
the energy and take them from the tram lines before the investigation.
So all I can say then, if anyone's in Nottingham and I'm doing a night out in Nottingham, let me know so I'll avoid the tram, just in case. That's funny. But yeah. Anyway, there aren't any tram tracks at Australia, are there?
No,
But we'll
don't
be
think so.
fine on that.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good with Australia because it's not too far away, just speed cameras on the way. But we're
Yeah.
all good on that, yeah. Yeah, you're right here, sat nav, because it
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, you have got a good one because I went the wrong way in Sheffield because of my sat nav. It says turn left, but it was second left, wasn't it? It would say turn left, and then you thought,
Yeah.
oh, and you end up, yeah,
Yeah. It's never that
yeah.
clear.
No, it isn't. That's the thing, isn't it? But yeah. So, what have you got coming up then?
Um, I'm fairly quiet, I think, now until May. I
May.
think it's like
Okay.
about May the 10th. Yeah, the Haunted Exchange have got other events on. Go
Yeah,
online, go
that's
onto their
right.
website, book
Where
in
where
on
they
them.
going? Bog something at the
They're
weekend.
going to the bog this weekend. I think
That
that's
sounds
where
good.
I think
Yeah,
that's over towards Wales or something,
it's
possibly. I'm
Wales.
not too
Yeah,
sure. Um, they've
that'd
got
be good.
a weekend away towards the end of April,
Portsmouth.
which
Yeah,
is the Portsmouth one.
that'd be a good one.
Um, yeah, I'm not
I do
doing
love
that
their events.
one.
To be fair, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've got I get mixed up now because they've got quite a few this year,
they
and they've got more
have.
more
Yeah,
to be released as well.
yeah.
So I know I've booked on it. I'm booked in to work on a few of them.
That's brilliant.
Dates pending as well on others. But yeah, as far as I know, unless they put another one in before, then the next one I'm on is I think like May the 10th or something, and I can't remember where it is. But I've got it written in my diary,
Uh,
so it's fine.
well, this is it. My calendar's full. I know where I am this weekend, but I don't know what. Oh, yeah. And I've got a couple of visits to Derby Down coming up this year. And I can't remember what else I've got booked. Oh, yeah, I've got Margam. Going to Margam Castle as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good one. Only a few of us. So, okay, you talk about the pension and what other piece of equipment do you like?
Um, well, I do like to try it with my EMF recorder because I'm always
Yeah,
hopeful. Oh,
yeah.
but trying to do it at the weekend, when I just got the noise of the traffic, because obviously it was raining, so you got the wet roads
Oh,
going by, and
gosh,
then all
yeah.
the sirens that kept going by as well. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, so I'm ever hopeful when using that, but it doesn't always have anything. Um, what else do I use? I don't have that much like in the way of techie equipment. Some people have got an amazing collection. I
Mm.
haven't. I've just got
I've just
simple
got
stuff
loads I don't
really.
use. No, but that's good. It's what suits you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, like, I take stuff and I don't always use it. It's just one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I've always got pen and paper because one, you might need to write stuff down. Two, it's good to
Yeah.
try a little bit of automatic drawing, automatic writing, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That,
Um, yeah,
yeah. Because that was done at the weird shop. What? I went, must be the end of Feb. It's just closing down. And, we tried some automatic writing. And, yeah, it's incredible what you can get. But
yeah,
I don't think I've tried it myself because I'm not. I'm not convinced I can do it. I don't know. I
You're
ought
putting the
to,
block
didn't
on
I?
yourself again, aren't you?
I have, yeah, yeah. And it's also like the scribbling. Are you trying to make it into a word, or is it a word? You've got that
Yeah,
as well, haven't you? It's like whether you can see what you've scribbled, and you know, some like Michelle Smith, like she's haunted heritage, and she sees the guests, and they do, and she can read it, and I can't see, but yeah,
yeah,
there's dates there, there's names there, and like I just thought, well, but then she's yeah, and you can see it, and I think that's
yeah,
like voice recorders as well. You've got to be able to hear, haven't you? And
yeah,
I think some people can hear things where I can't.
yeah. Everyone's got like slightly different hearing range.
That's
It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you remember doing it at school when you had to do the hearing test thing?
Oh
Did you
God,
have to do
yeah.
that? And
I
you had to like,
failed.
and it turns out that I can't hear really low sounds. My
Oh,
like
okay.
regular people have got hearing sort of like in this bracket, but mine's kind of like that. So the really low sounds I can't hear, but I can hear slightly higher sounds.
Right.
So if say I could be getting something on the recorder. This is
Yeah,
why
but
like when you're
you're
watching shows
listening.
and it's just like or other people doing the investigations, they're like, oh yeah, it says that, it says that. Do you hear that? I'm just like,
I'm like
no.
that.
Is
Yes.
it because it's really low and it's out of my range of hearing? Whereas if it was a higher pitch one, then I'm more likely to hear it.
Yeah. I'm the same. I really am. And like even like when people put the content out there, and like some people on YouTube, they'll go, they'll put the word, so people, if they didn't hear it, then they'll work it out that it is that word, which
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't get that. Oh, there you go, Louisa.
Okay.
Yay. Hope you're well. But it is incredible, isn't it? What you can get and what different people get as evidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Higher. And yeah, so like it's quite funny because me and Amanda, we went somewhere not last week, in the weekend before. We were in this cave. And this guy got his first K2 and he'd never seen it go off. He was looking away from it the moment it went.
Oh.
So he still hasn't seen it go off.
Oh.
So yeah, but that is the first thing apart from a pendulum, that's the first thing I got for
Yeah.
investigations. My old little K2, and
Yeah.
it's got its place, hasn't it? It
It
really
has, it has.
has.
Yeah.
As long as you know how things are. Oh, how's everything in Ben and Lou land?
I don't know. We're all right.
Yeah, I saw them on the
Yeah.
at the weekend.
We're getting out
It's
now and
great to
again.
see them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Got a lot of puppies.
puppies.
Yeah, I've got
I'm
one sleeping
surprised how
next
quiet they
to
are. To be fair,
I took them on a decent walk this
I
evening.
was going to sleep. Yeah,
So yeah, they're
that's
both
cool.
asleep. And then they've been playing as well. Ben's been playing with them on the floor before we
Oh,
came on.
bless
So he's like a
them.
good like rough and tumble with them.
Oh,
So they are
oh,
tired.
that's smart.
Yeah,
I
got
just
little
don't do
sleeping.
anything with mine at the moment. I'm just like, oh god, dogs. Who'd have them? Yeah, yeah. Every time it was funny though, wasn't it, Amanda? Yeah. Like a minute it turned back and it changed. It's like I probably got footage as well because yeah, I don't get around to checking my footage either. I'm too busy.
I still need to
So
listen to like re-listen to my recordings from the weekend to keep forgetting. But then when it
yeah,
gets to Monday and you go to work and stuff, you kind of go back into the weekday routine.
you do, and yeah,
Yeah.
it certainly got sort of busy today. I sort of worked longer day than anticipated, but it's the year end approaching. Hi Ian, hope you well. So Ian's got an event coming up at Sharp's Pottery with Richard
Okay.
Felix, so that sounds a good one. But yeah, I saw the little intro that Ian did with Richard as well. So Richard's been down there, hasn't he? Any live investigations lined up with Jeanette? Jeanette's on as well.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I've not got anything really planned yet. I've kind of just not been planning. It sounds really bad. I've not really been planning stuff at the moment. Only just like my odd
There you
weekends
go.
working with Haunted Exchange. The rest of
Yeah,
it's just still everything's still being pretty relaxed and just yeah at home at the moment.
yeah, yeah, you just see how it goes. It's been winter as well, hasn't it? And it's been pretty horrible getting out there. And
Yeah,
the other dimensions, it making a comeback. So spoke earlier, you
maybe.
post things on
Yeah,
it, don't you? And
yeah, I put bits and bobs on. But yeah,
yeah,
again, it's just one of those things. We'll just see how this year goes. Yeah, see what
yeah,
happens. Who
yeah.
knows?
See, it takes up so much of your time, though, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
it's not about sort of arranging a guest. You then promote it. You then sort of
yeah.
just
Well, it's
trying to
because,
sort it out, really, aren't you? And
well, for us, we don't, obviously, we don't always have guests on. We pick different topics to talk about and
which
discuss
for you would take ages to
because
think of
there's
a
a lot.
topic or
We would
find it.
pull up
Yeah,
the necessary research because obviously a lot of our stuff would be sort of more on the esoteric occultology side of things.
that's right. Yeah,
Um, yeah, so pulling up like cases and yeah, all the background information with the names and the dates and stuff. And it was when we had Damon on as well, it was easier because obviously he'd bring a different side of it to it, cause
yeah,
to what like me and Ben would.
yeah,
But yeah, so it just kind of it was fun, but it was tiring as well at the
yeah.
same
That's
time because
right.
it was like every week as well. Because we'd have
Yeah,
the
that's it.
main thing on Friday, then Sunday we'd have the cultology show, and then every other Thursday it was the divination show. So we kind of just like I think we got to the point where we just felt like we were repeating ourselves on stuff, and we just thought let's just take a break from it, and then if we want to like come back on, revisit stuff, come on with new stuff, it's just coming onto it fresh rather than yeah, just
Yeah,
keep going for
that's
the sake of
right.
keeping going, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I get that because sometimes, like, I'm tired after work, particularly last year, like, things work was quite heavy, and it's like, do I want to do this on a Monday night? But it gives me something to do, and I talk to
Yeah,
some incredible people. I'm here, I'm at home, but I'm speaking to you, and
yeah,
there's lovely people watching and asking questions as well, and yeah, it
yeah,
is nice. It's like going out but not going out, isn't it?
yeah.
Better than like just having my bird, my tortoise, and my dog snoring. But yeah, at least the tortoise is asleep now. She's usually banging on the wood or scratching it.
Oh,
Urgh. It's too cold to let her outside, so
yeah.
yeah, she's still indoors at the moment. Is Damon all right? Have you heard from him? Is he no? Just go
No, no,
quiet. Yep.
no, no. I'm sure he wouldn't mind you put yeah, if Kate wants to pop him a message over, I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
going to Pyramid of Giza and the waves at the
Yeah.
minute.
It's interesting what's coming out at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously that's something that Ben knows more about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you see the photos sort of coming out now that
Yeah,
potentially was something quite a lot happening underneath it, basically.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Like I say, it's
but
not something I really know anything about. That's a Ben
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. But yeah, there are so many sort of incredible sort of buildings, and it's kind of mind blowing, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
like, my area is like Mayan pyramids, I'm just fascinated
yeah.
by them, and I don't know
Oh
why
yeah,
I have been. And yeah, there's just something like when I went to see them, I felt that I should live in Mexico. I was so drawn to the area for some reason, and
yeah,
and I even wanted to do archaeology as an excuse to get back out there because it's sort of got the thing like you've got the pyramids standing, but a lot of the ones in the Mexico, some had been like reclaimed by the land and the trees and everything,
yeah.
the nature, and they kind of rebuilt things to some
Hmm.
degree. And these like murals and the stones with like carvings on, and they put them where they should be on a ball court, but
Yeah.
they put them upside down.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like doing tiling in it. They just put them all back, and then like they probably didn't know what they were looking at. But then when
Yeah,
you like see the whole picture, it's like, oh, okay, that one's wrong, or that one's upside down, or but yeah. So but it's
yeah.
weird, but
This
it's
is a
just fascinating to
fascinating.
see them.
Yeah,
The horses
I
are
think they're
right.
very like awe-inspiring
Oh
horses.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got. we've got a foal. She is 2 weeks old tomorrow.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
we've got another one that's due possibly within the next month.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, incredible. Yeah, I've seen pictures of the foal.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, they're so funny, aren't they?
Oh, they're so cute. Just
Yeah.
like,
Does she fall over? Is she all right? They've got
yeah,
legs everywhere, aren't they? They've got they're so funny.
yeah. The other day she was having a canter around the field. The mum's just there eating the grass, not bothered. So she was having a canter around, and her legs just kept going each way, and then she'd fall over, and she's
Bless
trying to
her.
turn. And it's just like it's a good job the ground. Well, the ground wasn't really helping her, but it's a good job it was kind of soft.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's all the
yeah.
enthusiasm, all the legs everywhere,
Oh,
uncoordinated.
bless them. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute. But it's sort of nice to have that outside, you know. You know, you've got the countryside, you've got the fresh air, and oh,
yeah,
horses are wonderful and so intelligent as well, aren't they?
it can
They
be.
are great. They can be.
We can be.
Well,
We have the
yeah.
moments.
Well, yeah, I guess dogs
Yeah,
will have a moment, say no best.
yeah,
Yeah, so he has an eye ulcer, so he goes and stuffs his head in a bush for a toy. Ah, you know,
yeah,
things like that. They're,
yeah.
yeah, highly intelligent sometimes.
Oh.
But yeah, so how are you getting on with your mediumship then?
Um, I don't know. I don't know, it's one of those things you can't really measure it, can you? It's like you say, you have
Yeah,
good days and
yeah,
bad days and stuff, and because I don't know, I don't really call myself a medium or anything like that. To
yeah.
be fair, it's just kind of if I get some stuff through, then I get stuff through, and
So how do you get the
yeah,
information then? Do you get visions? Do you get words pop in your head, or do you hear
um,
things?
it's kind of like if one decides they want to connect with me, then they might put the image of themselves into my head. Like
Oh yeah.
I'll see him standing like there, like either as like a shadow or the heat
Oh, so
haze.
you know they're there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
but if they do actually want to connect with me properly, then they'll pop the image of how they want to be perceived into my
That's
head, so I
good.
can see them like
Brilliant.
that, and then yeah, they'll just put words into my head. Sometimes I'll hear in a different voice, but sometimes it'll just be like words popping into my head of like what they're saying of like what's going on in the situation.
Wow. That's great because that's quite a range. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
seem to be getting
interesting.
more pains at the moment.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't
And
get that. I'd rather not get the pains. I don't mind having like the
well,
pictures and the words.
they're not usually too harsh, but Derby jail, Jesus Christ. It's like I've been kicked in both ribs. Oh, I was nearly on my knees. I was crying. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. And yeah. And I think while I was experiencing that, there's somebody over at Vernon Gate, which was like,
Yeah,
oh, about 10 minutes away. And they were getting the same experience. It's just weird, isn't it? Because it was just sort
yeah.
of said, oh, I got that when. But yeah. Oh, bless you. Take care. Thanks for listening. Oh, bless you. Yeah, and it can be incredible, can't it? How, you know, like, you know, you're just investigating. There is a link because it is the two jails in Derby, which, you know, Richard Felix sort of, he has you go to one, then you sort of go over to the other one.
Yeah,
But to get like a similar experience in both, about, you know, while the other group were over there and, you know, near as damn at the same time, it's just interesting how it sort of all works.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I wish, oh, yeah. Mine's just gone a bit strange, but hey, we'll keep working on it, and yeah,
yeah.
hope it sort of comes back in full soon. But
Yeah, nothing's ever simple and smooth, is it?
oh no, no, but I don't know if it's my past life stopping it as well. I think when I lost my dog, I did sort of go up a level, so I was
Yeah,
picking up more after I lost him, which yeah,
yeah,
it's just odd, but
okay.
I guess you know, think things do change in life, don't they? And yeah.
Yeah,
So where if you could go anywhere in the world though, where would you like to go to investigate? Is there a
Not
country
just
that
on
you're
holiday.
well, yeah, that's as well. A holiday with
Um,
spooky stuff.
spooky holiday.
Yay.
Um, I'd like to go to some of maybe like some of the old European castles.
Yeah.
They'd be interesting to go to.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to go to the Black Forest in Germany,
Yeah.
although not deep inside it. He's laughing in the background.
Oh, bless
Um,
you.
yeah, um, places that I like places that got like the history, like the old buildings and everything,
Yeah.
but not so much asylums.
All right.
I know
Okay.
some people are like dead into asylums and stuff. That's not something that I'm like really interested in. I just thought I like the old castles, the old houses,
Yeah.
the old land, like the forest and stuff. That's more my thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the forest is that about the ancients and the like the old the old ways sort of thing.
and like your elementals and everything like that. So I do
Yeah.
like connecting with the elementals.
Pizza.
They're good little guys.
Italy for pizza. But
Yeah,
yeah, I want to go. I keep saying that I want to go up Edwinstowe. Like, I'm in Nottinghamshire, but Sherwood Forest is like about an hour from me. You
yeah,
know, it's quite a way. And I keep sort of meaning to go, and I'll get there one weekend. But yeah, that sounds interesting. You can imagine all the elementals there, can't you?
yeah,
With it being
yeah.
such an old sort of woodland
Well,
and forest.
back like a few hundred years ago, because obviously Sherwood Forest has been cut
It's
back quite a
massive.
bit.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
came actually all the way up to where I am.
Oh yeah, and down
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
because if you look into the history of Codner Castle, which is just up the road,
Oh
they were like,
no.
yeah, it was there looking out over, you've got Sherwood Forest would be down in the bottom of the valley, and
Yeah.
yeah, because that's up on top of the hill, and so it would have been huge, huge.
Oh, welcome, Mason. Oh, it's a shame about Codner, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yay,
Mm.
sorted. Yay, sort it.
So
Yeah,
I was like,
that's it.
yeah.
I'm going to Sherwood Forest sometime. But yeah, Codner Castle, shame,
Yeah,
isn't it?
taken over
You know.
by English Heritage, and they don't actually seem to be doing anything.
Oh, it's English heritage, is it? Because I know that the cottages they got sold off, which was a shame.
Yeah, well, it's all owned by the guy who owns the big equestrian centre. Um,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
there's a bit of a backstory between him and the person who runs the something to do with like the charity of Codner. Anyway, so he
Um,
ended up buying it because he owns quite a bit of land on that area because it's all on kind of that side of the valley he owns.
and
Um,
is that to do with the road, which was private road, and there's issues with that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that is a big minefield. Yeah.
yeah. Because you can't drive down it, not unless you actually live in one of the places there. But there is a footpath that goes that way, and there's also a bridleway that comes into a cross section.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and there used to be the footpath that went through the grounds of the Codner Castle. But yeah, when he bought it, and then English Heritage said, like, no, you need to put like the big metal fencing around it to protect it because it's falling down. Yeah, you
Yeah.
go to other places and they just have a sign up saying, look out because
Yeah.
loose rocks.
Yeah. That's
but
it.
but yeah, and then they put up more fencing and blocked off some footpaths so you can no longer walk anywhere near it. Ish. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've put another footpath going through, so you can kind of walk through it, but not the way that you used to be able to walk through it. So you can still go and see
Yeah.
it, and there's like I think there's some llamas or alpacas and some sheep up there as well,
Oh wow.
which is
Yeah.
quite cute.
It
But
is,
yeah,
but it is. You know, it is a shame.
it is.
Um.
Yeah, it'd be nice
Yeah.
if they were actually going to do something because I know at one point they were talking about making a visitor centre up there,
Mm,
but then that was before English Heritage and the new owner got involved in it. So yeah, no,
yeah.
Don't know now.
Yeah, it's a shame because, but I waited for so long to get to that location because most haunted experience had it.
Mm.
So when they finally moved out, it then wasn't open that long for the public, was it? To be hired, and I'm lucky to have got there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did get there, and yeah, incredible night.
Yeah. It
And
would be nice. Did you go inside the farmhouse
oh yeah,
and
it
walk
was a
around there?
farmhouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we did the investigation that night. We
Yeah.
didn't get in the castle. I've never really seen the castle because it's dark. So yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
really. Yeah, it's just off the garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's at the back, but
It'd be nice for like if they did actually sort of because they have got to do maintenance on the farmhouse because part of the back wall's falling away. Um,
right,
so it'd be nice if they did actually put the money into it, which obviously they
yeah,
have to do so much to keep it from falling down, but just like actually make it into a nice because it would be a nice home. It would be a nice building.
that's
It's just
right. Even a
so
holiday
much
let.
ruins. Yeah.
That'd be holiday let. I'd be
Oh
happy for
yeah.
that. Right, I'm sure quite a few of us would be happy for it to be a holiday
Yeah.
let. And that
We
was
just
one
like
of the rumours, wasn't it, at one stage?
sorry, Buster.
I thought it was going to
Um,
be a holiday let, and yeah, I would have booked it.
Yeah, I know they were on about that for or putting they're gonna build where the old cow sheds were. They're gonna build
Right,
some like holiday lets there.
yeah.
I don't know now. I don't
But
know.
yeah, I'd be happy. I
But it
think a
would be
few of
nice
us
to
would.
get if it was
Yeah,
all be done up, all be nice and refreshed and modernised and everything.
yeah.
Obviously keep the big fireplace and everything like
Oh
as it was,
gosh,
but
yeah.
all the rooms upstairs, which are just
Well,
shabby and
with the
tacky.
burnt bit where Most Haunted went. Oops.
Yeah, the damage that
Yeah.
they caused.
Yeah, I think I've got a photo of that somewhere. Yeah, we were in after that, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bit of a scorch mark up the yeah, just off the
That and the
fireplace.
drilled in holes up in the attic from where they drilled in the pyrotechnics.
Oh, I didn't see that bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's
Speaking
up
to the
there.
guy who's looking after the property. Yeah,
Yeah,
no names, but yeah, yeah, it's incredible. But yeah, I don't know that name. That it does come up though. You go to places and they do get a mention, don't they? When they were
but they're not the only group that's been up there faking stuff either.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was
I'm not surprised
there's
people
one
do that.
a few years ago. I did a special there, and
All right.
yeah, they faked some stuff. But that was
And
partly
it,
because the person who owned it said, just ham it up a bit.
I know there's something about a cross being left there. And I knew that on the investigation I did, the cross was there because I got it in a photo.
Yeah,
Something like that. Because I got a photo of the cross. I thought, well, that's not right. Oops.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that one at the time. So I kind of posted on social media. Oh, look, there's the cross. Was
yeah,
there when I went? God, that's something. Yeah, it was ages ago. But yeah, but that was a place where people discovered. Well, not necessarily, but one of the locations where they used the phone technique.
yeah, yeah,
So and yeah, even on a public event which I went on, we left a phone in another room, and we were getting a response. I even recorded it. So we were talking.
yeah,
So basically, what happened? They put the mobile in one room, out the way. There wasn't any interference. We phoned it, and you getting responses to the questions.
yeah,
There's no noises in the background. It wasn't crackling. We couldn't work out what it was because the building's in the middle of nowhere. I've
yeah,
tried it at Matlock Pavilion, and like you've got cars and traffic go by, so you could sort of think, oh, I've
yeah.
heard something, and it's not. It's cars and traffic. And I've actually left a video there as well when I've tried it at Matlock just to see,
Mm,
if the noise that we're getting is the cars going by.
yeah,
So when you check it later, but yeah, but Connor, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and they were getting some valid responses when we tried
yeah,
it. It's a good one. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you tried that technique anywhere?
It was done with a group a couple of years ago. But it's one that I keep thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that. I need to actually write
Yeah,
down what I want to do on investigations. But yeah,
that's
because it,
right.
yeah, it's just remember getting the right location to do it, and then remembering to do it at that location.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I, that came with that, and then like afterwards, a lot of people did try that experiment out, didn't they? And then
Yeah,
like you just forget about it, and
yeah,
that's the problem. You just in time you think, oh yeah, forgot about that one. But
yeah.
I
Because the
do
conditions need to be like you say, it needs to be in a quiet
quiet.
location area,
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
by the time you actually get somewhere that is actually quiet, you kind of just do other stuff.
I forgot. Yeah,
You forgot
that's
about it 'cause
right.
it's been that long.
Yeah. Do you think for certain areas get different sorts of activity? Do you
Yeah,
find that? So
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, like when you actually sit back and think about it as to what you're picking up in like a certain area of,
yeah,
say, like you get your city buildings,
yeah,
and when you compare them, say, to somewhere that's like out in the woods or like a little building just in the countryside somewhere, you do get a variety
yeah.
of activity coming through, don't you?
That's right. And it's when you get something unexpected, like that weird shop. I've been there, and did you ever go there?
No,
It was most unexpected. What we were getting was really horrific, and other teams like I never publicly said what I got, and other teams like were going and sort of said, "Oh, let me know what you get," and they got exactly the same.
yeah,
And when you get something really horrific, and then they're getting the same, and it's like, wow. And you just don't know what the history of a building is, do you? Just by looking at it.
no,
You
no,
know,
you
it
can't.
was a building right near an old market, a fruit market. You know, been there from the market was there from about the 1830s.
Yeah,
There's a pub there as well, and then you've got this row of buildings basically, and
yeah. I
gee, the
find
history of that place.
like when you are doing a city, like a building in a city, you do tend to get others walking in, like other spirits coming in, not
Yes,
necessarily associated with that building. They could come in from like a few buildings down or a few streets away,
that's
and like
right.
they
Yeah,
come wandering in as well.
yeah. And the thing was, I was always fascinated with the area for years because there's a murder in Nottingham, and ever since I've heard about it, I've been like intrigued by it, and I wanted to know more. And then it was weird that when it came to an investigation, a place was directly
Mm,
across the road from it, and we're even talking to
yeah,
him. The guy who was murdered, he came through in
yeah,
trance. And, that was incredible as well. And, Andy Moore actually drew him. He got his name, like,
yeah,
you look at the drawing that Andy drew to the picture in the paper, and it was so spot on. And it just shows like
yeah.
how incredible Andy is, with his drawings.
Oh yeah,
I'll have to show you that, we'll
yeah,
show you the picture. And yeah, because I do want to put some of that out onto YouTube now because I didn't want to sort of spoil it for anybody who went in. I didn't want
yeah,
them because I'd got sort of certain character coming through. I didn't want someone else to automatically think, oh, it's him.
yeah,
Well, let's see what they get. Let's talk to them afterwards and let's compare notes after.
yeah.
And it was like a
What do
little
you prefer?
research project. Pardon?
What do you prefer when you're investigating? Do you prefer like a location that's in a town or in a city, or one that's, say, more rural in like a wooded area?
It's not worked out like that. I don't know. It hasn't worked out like that at all. I like places for different reasons. I
Yeah,
haven't been out to the ones in the open much. Thinking
yeah,
about it, I haven't. It's just the way it's happened, really. Like the National Justice Museum, Derby Jail.
yeah.
I think I'm fascinated by gruesome places.
I think you are.
Yeah, I
It
am,
sounds
and
it.
I
You
don't
like the
know.
gory
Wow,
details.
yeah, like well, when you go to Derby Down, Richard Felix goes on about the hung, drawn, and quartering, and all that sort of macabre. Shit, my phone. It wasn't spirit; it just fell off. Well, it fell off. Yeah, must have done. So it's all that macabre detail, and it, it's you can't think that things like that ever happened, but
Mm,
it's it's fascinating as well, isn't it?
it
It,
is. There's so much
it
history.
Yeah, that's right. And you think that these things happened in those buildings.
Yeah, things that you wouldn't
Uh,
even dare to think could happen did happen.
yeah. And now finding out my past life was actually slung down the oubliette at the galleries, and somebody has actually brought him through in trance
Yeah,
at that weird shop. That was a bit heavy. Yeah. And a medium actually picked up on that as well. So
yeah,
it's God. And my camera ran out of battery. Not, but it did. My camera ran out of battery, so it couldn't film it.
yeah,
But when I got it home, it had 3 out of 4 bars, as it does. You know what I mean? So I filmed it on my phone, but I've got it, but it wasn't that clear because it wasn't really designed
yeah.
to film in the dark. But you don't want lights on, do you?
No.
If you're doing something, you think, oh yeah, just put the light on, and no,
Well, one
you don't
second.
want that. Yeah,
Yeah,
just kill it. Just
yeah,
kill all the atmosphere and the ambience and stuff. Yeah, I know much as though you can get stuff in the day and the night, and I don't know, the darkness it brings it in, doesn't it?
yeah. Because you're already,
Seemingly,
it heightens like your
yeah.
senses because you're feeling more on edge because you can't see as well. You don't know what's there.
Mm. But you can like it's darkness, total darkness, and then sometimes it just gets dark out, and like how and it does, doesn't it? And then
Yeah.
you see the shadows and stuff like that. So what? Like people say, shadow people. What do you see as a shadow person? What do you think it is?
That's how I just see regular spirits. It
It's
could be
just how you
animals,
see
could be
them. Yeah,
people. But I'll see them as a shadow.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Because
Unless they
like people,
decide to go boo and full full image. But
yeah,
yeah, that's just how
yeah,
I see them. They're just a spirit, like say animal, human.
yeah,
I will see them more as a shadow or heat haze kind of thing.
yeah. Because I sometimes see the shadows, but not. Yeah, you like your eyes adjust, don't you? You see them like darting around and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like people are like making up all this other stuff about what shadow people are.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
It's pure,
what?
pure evil. They're coming at you. It's like, no,
You
that's just
know.
I'm seeing regular spirit.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jim. Oh no. I need to go, but oh dear. Yeah, I do want to go. It's a hard one, isn't it? Wow. Would you ever go, Louisa?
Yeah, my daughter wants to go there. She's
Yeah.
doing history for GCSE, and so she's
Oh
learning a lot
wow.
about like World Wars and everything else that goes with it. And she was
Yeah.
hoping that they were going to be doing a school trip, but apparently they're not going to be doing the school trip now. But she still wants to go. So
Yeah. It
yeah,
it is. Yeah, I think it is worth going because we've got to remember, haven't we?
yeah,
And oh God, it's just the imagery of it anyway. But yeah, I would like to go. I keep meaning to get a passport. I need to sort one
Oh,
out.
hi, baby. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
hello.
We
Wake up.
what?
That's cool.
He, he, she's woken up. She's like, "Why are you still here? Is it
Oh,
not
bless.
bedtime?"
Oh, my
No, then.
snoring his head off, bless him. But yeah.
Oh
But
dear.
yeah, have a great trip anyway, Jim. Yeah, it's a place I'd like to go to one day.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh gosh, I think there's a program kind of recently on it, and oh gosh, you just see, a lot of the aspects, and then you hear other ones, and you hear
yeah,
more stories about it, don't you? And the fact
yeah,
that my ex's grandfather went to one of the Stala camps,
Mm.
and he ended up with a tattoo in it.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise about that. And like one day you see him and think, "Oh, what's that on your wrist?" And you
Yeah.
don't say, and then you realise it's like, "Oh my god," and
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
So, so anywhere now in the UK you really want to go to this year? Anywhere sort of
Um,
well known-ish or
well, I've been to Brain. Oh my
I'm like
God.
that. It's late. It's late.
The Ancient Ram, I went there,
Oh my
which
god,
I
yeah.
actually wanted to go to
I
for a
wanted to go
while.
there. Yeah, how
So
was
I
it?
made it there. It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice, that was, because me and Ben were just there because we were doing a talk.
Oh, of
Um,
course, yeah. Yeah.
so we got there and we had the place to ourselves to wander around for a little bit as well before everybody
Wow.
else arrived. Yeah, so I'm really glad I've got to go there.
Yeah.
Hopefully going back there later in the year as well.
Oh, that's good. I'd like to go
Um,
there.
I want to go to the old Jamaica, is it called?
Yeah, that's
Jamaica Inn?
right. My
Yeah,
mate was on
that's
about us going together.
yeah.
Um, yeah, because Karen keeps putting dates up, but then she does investigator only events, doesn't she? So
Mhm.
yeah, it's just trying to
It's a
catch something.
bit further away, so it requires more
Yeah, my,
time.
my friend's my friend wants to go and she's willing to drive. So I've just got to sort out Boy Wonder. Oh no, it's Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Oh, but yeah, Gary was incredible. Well, everyone was. You know, the team are brilliant, aren't they?
They are.
Sort of everyone brings something to a table, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great night, Gary, wasn't it? And yeah, and that top floor's a bit ropey, isn't it? Getting some dodgy stuff on that top floor. But yeah, but just got to go now. Yeah, and got a show coming on at about 1:30. So
Yeah.
just want to thank everybody and for the comments and everything, and thanks for watching. And
Yeah.
just go out and have fun, really, and just go and enjoy it. Like just ignore the sort of the haters and the doubters or
Yeah.
whatever, and
They're not worth
just
it.
do what resonates with you, really.
Yeah.
And that's it. Have a good time. But yeah, take care. And thanks so much for being a guest.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, take care and thanks
Right.
everybody. Bye.